Alright, so the heartbeat is how doctors determine life and death. We also talked about brain waves and how they're a crucial function of a living human being, both of which a baby has as early as 5.5 weeks. But is the baby living earlier than 5.5 weeks? Absolutely. And this is supported by science's 8 characteristics of life. So let's dive right into it. Beginning with number 1, cellular organization. Clearly, upon conception, the baby is comprised of cells and is intricately organized and growing. That was easy. Number 2 is reproduction. Upon conception, the baby begins to grow and is developing the ability to reproduce. So it has this characteristic as well. Number 3 is metabolism. The baby has a metabolism the same as cells because of the chemical reactions it can perform, which include protein synthesis, cell division, energy transportation, and many other chemical reactions that are all part of a functioning metabolism. Number 4 is homeostasis, which is essentially the ability to maintain a stable internal environment. An example of this is as small as a cell membrane's regulation of ions, water, acidic lysosomes, and overall cell membrane fluidity. So even at a cellular level, the fertilized egg has the characteristic of homeostasis. Number 5 is heredity, which is the passing on of genetic information. The fertilized egg has all of its genetic information and will one day be able to pass it on. So it has heredity as well. Number 6 is response to stimuli. An amazing example of this is the baby's response to its unhealthy mother by sending stem cells to help heal her. Other examples are back at a cellular level, which include adjustments to environment, regulation of temperature, water, membrane fluidity, and more. Number 7 is growth and development. Now this characteristic is self-evident. I don't think I need to explain that the baby has this characteristic, because it's quite clear that from conception, the baby has begun developing and growing. Number 8 is adaptation through evolution, which pretty much anything that has DNA has this characteristic. And the reason why is because if you have DNA, it can be mutated. And if DNA is mutated, adaptation through evolution occurs. Now, a few examples of mutations are errors in DNA replication during cell division, ultraviolet radiation from the sun, along with numerous hereditary mutations. And since it doesn't come as a surprise to anyone that the baby has DNA, it's quite clear that from conception, the baby has this characteristic as well. Now, to conclude this series. We talked in the first video how the heartbeat is used to confirm life and death. In video 2, we talked about brain waves, and if the potential was there to be more alive than someone else, then a baby would be more alive than someone in a coma. And now, video 3. We've went through all the characteristics of life and shown how the baby has all of them. So with all of this evidence in place, I think it's quite safe to say that science is pro-life.